So Luke, tell us, before you came out to Gran Canaries, what was your initial thoughts, expectations of what the event was going to be like, and the
Yeah.
Resort retreat?
Before I came out, I'm not gonna lie, I thought this event was gonna be like a Tony Robbins free your life and get your energy up and bounce around a bit. I thought it was just gonna be a quick get motivated, go home kind of event. I'm not gonna lie. That was my general view. Waves of impact. I didn't think there was gonna be so many ripples.
Hmm. And how did you feel about that? Like, what was your thoughts going into it?
Mm. The name was obviously throwing me on like, okay, so this is going to have something heavy, but I was like, I did have this built-in belief, and I don't know, I didn't expect much. I wasn't expecting it to be so implementable. I was thinking it was going to be a very energy, spiritual based event. I didn't think it was going to be something that really gave me something to work on.
Hmm. So how did it actually go? Like, what were some of the biggest highlights for you?
Mm. For me, it was learning that we all have a truth and that we all have a thread, that golden thread, and that we need to follow that thread in order for us to find out where our God on high has sent us to be. Because he's got rules for everyone and then rules for certain people. The rule that he has gave for you and the life he's set out for you, he's directing you, but we ignore it. We don't listen to it because we think ours is better. That's one. Number two was that we can manipulate our own energy and that our energy can be changed simply based on the way that we view and believe things. The lenses that we wear in our glasses determine the color of our reality. And it's our choice whether we want to wear a see-through lens or we want to wear a blue lens or a white lens or a red lens. And so it's down to us what path we decide to take, but no matter what, we'll always end up to our truth, some way, shape or form.
Hmm.
That was a big thing for me, because I'd run away from it for too long.
And what was the standout moment for you at the event?
Mm. Me realizing that after conversations with everyone and conversations in the event and listening to the speakers that my ego is it's a projection of what I see as my true self. My ego is not my true self. My ego is the version of me that doesn't align completely. And the version of me that isn't successful is the ego. And it taught me a lot about letting that ego go and understanding why it's so important to be aware of that problem because it's based off trauma. So really being able to dig deep through breathing exercises with the guys, men events, that we had a men's circle. It allowed me to find that trauma that I realized how it was projecting.
And if there was somebody right now who was thinking that this might not be an event that's worth it, they don't necessarily need to have the emotional breakthroughs that you've had and things like this, what would you say to that person who is looking at it like this is just going to be some mumbo jumbo Tony
Yeah.
Robbins replica type event?
Mm, mm. I agree. I agree that it's good for you to have that perspective, that outlook. But what I want you to understand is that really we're in and of all of the same. We're not, people are no different. I'm the same as Muhammad, I'm the same as the listener, I'm the same as Carlton, I'm the same as Kazam, I'm the same as Anthony. Understanding that we are all simply reflections of each other. You, you, you have to be able to understand that your fears and your anxieties, they're not yours. They aren't you. Your identity is not your name, your identity is not your emotions. If you believe that an event like that is just going to be another Tony Robbins replica, first of all, if you really are skeptical, you have to look for the truth. A skeptic looks for the truth, a cynic runs away from it. Look for the truth. Ask people. They might have more. Even better, stop being so afraid to be your true self and Jump in the deep end of the swimming pool. Do something. Because if you stay in the same place, your reality, your energy, your values, who you are, your identity, it's going to stay the same. Go find out, explore. Don't stay in the same hole, especially when you filled it with poison.
And are you going to go to the next one?
Oh, brother, what a question. I'm going to go to every single event from here on out. No matter what community's hosting it, of course.
All right. Well, thank you.
Well, thank you, bro.